This one hit home. This one hit home as soon as I got it. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna go through this real quick. Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're at, whatever coast that you're on. What's up? This is In the Basement with Next Step and K. I am, of course, one half of that dynamic duo that we call K. Next Step, aka Larry. He's actually out there working, tearing it up out there. If you need some construction done, all the other good stuff, definitely need like a basement redone and everything. Definitely hit up Larry. He's definitely great. Larry and his brother, they're great at this. Shout out to Dr. Kyle. How's everybody doing out there? Shout out to Kimmy's Closet. Shout out to everyone. I'm gonna make this real quick. We got some bad news that I want to report first before I even get into any of the game two recaps. Basically, I want to say rest in peace. Sending my condolences to the West family. Rest in peace to the logo, Mr. Jerry West, who passed away in California today at his home at 86 years young. Of course, we know, if you don't know who Jerry West is, for all, if you're like one of the casual basketball fans, uh, Jerry West is actually, he's nicknamed the logo because that's actually his figure that's actually on the millions and millions of pieces of like NBA merchandise, paraphernalia, whatever the case may be. If it's trademarked by the NBA, the logo is definitely on there. But he actually passed away today, 86 years young. Let me just give you a quick rundown of, of what he was about, because not only Jerry West was the best as a player, he was also the best as an executive as well. We actually had the pleasure and honor of having him as one of our executives and one of our talent scouts for the Clippers. He was also known, he was also more familiar with the Lakers as well, because not only did he play for the franchise, he actually played for the franchise, Hall of Famer. He also coached the Lakers, and also he was the executive for the Lakers too, who also engineered that blockbuster trade for Vlade Divac, for Kobe Bryant, for Vlade Divac, and we all know where actually that happened from there. The story went like this: basically, Kobe Bryant was in a workout. He was doing pretty much like one on ones, and once he saw the potential in Kobe, rest in peace in Kobe. He saw the potential in Kobe. He said, "Stop practice. That's it. That's all we need to know. We're taking him." Also, he's also known for engineering, getting Shaquille O'Neal, getting Shaq, because unfortunately Orlando actually lowballed him. I remember in the Orlando Sentinel, they said that is Shaquille O'Neal worth $100 million, and the Orlando Sentinel said no. He took a poll. He said Shaq is not actually worth 100 million. So and Jerry West was like, "Listen, I can get it for you. I don't know if I can get you the whole 100 million, but we can try to get something for you." So shout out to Jerry West, definitely engineering. He knows, like, this guy knows talent. Like, if Jerry West says you're good, then you're good. So, the moving on, definitely want to send condolences to the West family from here at the In the Basement podcast. But how's everybody doing? Just a quick rundown of who this guy actually was. As a player, he was West Virginia Player of the Year. He's a high school All-American, of course, two-time Southern Conference Player of the Year. Now West Virginia is pretty much in the Big East now. Back then it was the Southern Conference. Of course, the Southern Conference, so you're familiar with the school called Davidson, which birthed Steph Curry. And also, I believe, Liberty as well. So shout out to Seth Curry as well. Two-time Southern Conference Player of the Year, third-team AP and UPI All-American team, two-time consensus All-American first team. In the NCAA tournament, he was in 1959 NCAA Most Outstanding Player. Number 44, of course, going to be retired by the Virginia Mountaineers. Two-time gold medal winner. Porphy won one of those gold medals with the great Oscar Robertson. The second overall pick to the Lakers. At that time, they were called the Minneapolis Lakers, instead of the Los Angeles Lakers. 14-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, 68-69 NBA Finals MVP. Actually, he is the only MVP winner on the losing team. 1972 All-Star MVP, 71-72 assist leader, 1972 NBA champ. Also, he is one of the only ones, there's quite a few of them. He's also on each anniversary team, the 35th, 50th, and 75th anniversary team. He was inducted in the College Hall of Fame in 2006 for West Virginia and in the Hall of Fame in 1980. As a coach and executive, he's an 8-time champion. As an executive and coach, and he's also the 2-time executive of the year. He was also known as, of course, one of my favorite, Mr. Clutch, Zeke from Cabin Creek, the logo, Cabin Creek Comet, Tweety, and Tweety Bird. The reason why they used to call him Tweety Bird because like his head was so big, but he had like this little frail body. But let me tell you, like Jerry West could straight flat out hoop. I'm telling you, he could just straight flat out hoop. Even a lot of people say he wouldn't like fare well in today's NBA. He would, depending on the type of rules that we're getting, especially with the free will rules, and you can't touch him on defense. You couldn't touch Jerry West. Like there wasn't a shot that he wouldn't take. So, but definitely want to give a quick rundown for Jerry West. Definitely sending my condolences to the great Jerry West, Mr. Clutch, the logo. More probably more updates on that as we go along during the week. Hopefully, I get a chance to get with Larry this weekend, and we can just actually do a podcast together this weekend. Hopefully, like either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Definitely looking forward to that, good brother. Just keep doing your thing out there. Also, of course, we've seen the games. Dallas is down 0-2 with the series shifting to Dallas. What's going on here? Hopefully, Jason Kidd can stop the head games and they can get something done. Also, want to let you also want to touch on Asia Wilson is straight out here balling. I think the last 7 games in the WNBA, she's been averaging every bit of like 25. I think 25-point games here, a couple 27-point games here, 30-point game there. Another maybe 21-point game with like 10 rebounds and stuff like that. And I had the pleasure of editing and helping producing the Scoopy Radio interview that we had with Kendrick Perkins. Definitely a great job out there, Scoop. It actually got picked up by Newsweek. Shout out to Scoop. Um, uh, Kendrick said in a quote, he said, "If I'm Angel Reese, I'm getting Asia Wilson's number, and I'm gonna ball out with her like all this summer." So maybe hopefully Angel Reese can maybe travel out to Paris and maybe get some practice sessions, or when she comes back, have some practice sessions, with Asia Wilson, because that's actually who you have to go to actually get your game, or actually get that field goal percentage up too, Miss Reese. But you're still doing a great job out there. Also, since we're on the subject of the WNBA, I just want to touch on it real quick. Um, Earlier this week, Caitlin Clark is not selected on the USA team for the 2024 Olympics in Paris. A lot of people say snubbage. I don't think so. I just think that I don't think she's ready for that type of that type of competition because it's a little bit more physical. Rules are different. You can goaltend. I think the team that they have right now is probably more than enough for them to go over there. But I believe she actually is the first reserve just in case if someone drops out. Ooh, excuse me. Just in case if someone drops out, Kelly Clark will be the first one being called. So, um, I don't think it's snubbage. I think it's just a simple fact that it's just. I mean, now from a marketing standpoint, I would definitely have her go over there because there are a lot of kids over there in Paris and all these other countries that are looking up to Caitlin Clark. Like she's like the new it girl. And no disrespect, to Cameron Brink, no disrespect to Cardoso, no disrespect to Angel Reese, to the other great draftees that came out there. Shout out to the Syracuse draftees that came out that were drafted in the WNBA as well. But no, I mean, right now, if you think about the WNBA right now, the only 2 names you're probably thinking about right now is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark because they've just been in the news so much. And shout out to Amazon Prime for actually showing their games. Hopefully, we can get some more ESPN, ABC exposure with the WNBA because it's actually some good. It's a good watch. It's a very good watch. All the teams are getting better. Um, a lot of people, have their opinion about the WNBA, saying like, "I'm not really watching that." Like, it's good basketball. It's really good basketball. Um, Also, speaking of Laker talk, perfect segue. Dan Hurley, he has made the wide decision to stay at UConn. I think that was a good idea anyway. I mean, just build your legacy there at UConn. Just do what most of the other coaches have been doing, like the Calhouns, the Kevin Ollies. Yeah, just build your legacy. You're like 2-time back-to-back NCAA champion. Like not a whole lot of coaches do that. There's only quite a few who did it. Maybe Mike Krzyzewski did it, Billy Donovan did it, and now you're in that as well. Let's see. Also, some summer hoops. Oh, shout out to Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham definitely has a job again. He's back on the Bucks bench as an assistant coach. I knew that wasn't going to be long. He's going to be fine with them. Um Also, let me see. Let me touch on some summer hoops before I get out of here. After I do this recap, Now, of course, we all saw game two and the finals. I know I'm jumping from subject to subject, so I'm just going to just make this recap real quick. Um, game two of the finals, Dallas Mavericks 98, Boston Celtics 105. I thought the Mavericks were going to come out with a little bit more fire, but most of the Dallas Maverick players were pretty pedestrian out there, with the exception of Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic had 32 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 4 steals, but an alarming 8 turnovers. These turnovers are getting the best of him. Kyrie Irving had 16 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 turnovers. So that's 10 turnovers between those two. PJ Washington, 17 points for Dallas, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block. Now for Boston, Boston was pretty much handling their business. Drew, Jalen, Jason Tatum, Derek White stepped to the challenge of defending Kyrie and Luka, just switching over and over again. There were a couple times that Drew Holiday actually took on the challenge of guarding Kyrie, guarding Luka straight up, no help, no screens, whatever the case may be, getting over and under screens, bothering shots. Drew Holiday led the Celtics with 26 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. Jalen Brown, 21 points, 4 rebounds. 7 assists, 3 steals. Jason Tatum, a pedestrian, 18 points, 9 rebounds, flirting with a triple double, 12 assists and 1 steal. Derek White, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. I was talking to Dr. Kyle from the Black Psychologist podcast. Definitely give him a listen. He's on all streaming services. Definitely Apple Podcasts. Definitely subscribe. We were talking about that. Um, Yesterday evening about who did what and what was going on. It was the turnovers. It was basically the turnovers. Every time, pretty much every time that Dallas turned the ball over, um, they made an opportunity of it. They, meaning Boston, made an opportunity of it. They just, they took advantage of it, and they made them pay. Luca went. Of course, Luca is over 30, but as long as you have everyone else under 20, 15, maybe single digits, stuff like that, or getting their digits at garbage time when the game is pretty much already decided, then Boston's did their job. But I definitely have to say, great job by Drew Holiday with the defense on Luca and Kyrie. Definitely didn't, he didn't slink away from a challenge. I think Dallas has to go back to the drawing board, but I think Dallas is going to be okay. I think Dallas is going to get two in Dallas because the simple fact that they're back in Dallas. Your fans are there. Their fans are helping you. Also with with the point Kate taken with Jason Kidd. I think Jason Kidd has enough of the head games. I think he's going to tell these guys go out there and ball. Um, More or less, you have the home crowd behind you. They're a great barometer of what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and the Dallas crowd is behind them 100%. So they're gonna give them a little bit more juice to help them get over this 0-2 deficit. So right now Boston leads the series 2-0. Next game is today at 8:30. If you're not doing anything, if you're not watching any of your series, whether it's Power, whether it's Mayor of Kingstown, shout out to Mayor of Kingstown. It's a great series, by the way. Your Honor, what other great series that you're watching? Next game is today at 8:30 on NBC. Definitely check your local listings, your streaming services, so you can get that game. Now, last but not least but not last, I definitely want to touch on some high school hoops. A couple guys that I know doing their thing out there. Let me start first with little RJ Smith. RJ, my guy. Of course, we all know his dad. And he's been reffing all over the city. But let me tell you something about little RJ. Little RJ's been turning up out there with EBYL's team final last month, and he's also just been turning up like in Hoop Groups Jam Fest. If you haven't seen him, Plymouth White Marsh Spring Summer League, the All City Classic, which was a week ago, and also he's doing his thing in the Sportica basketball tournament. I mean, I'm talking like this dude is hitting clutch buckets. He's making great passes. He's picking up people full court, plucking your favorite point guard. He's making your point guard. He's making your favorite point guard no longer your favorite. Basically, that's all he's doing. Also, I'd definitely be remiss, and also in Jersey, I got a chance to see Jalen Childs on Facebook. He's making it look real easy out there in the Sportica tournament in Jersey, as well as like turning heads and having coaches recruiting, dabbling on their clipboards, trying to find an answer for these young guys out here. Guys, both of you guys, let me know if you have somebody that that you want to give them some shout out here on the podcast. But for right now, for these two, these guys are really doing their thing. in both of these tournaments. I believe Jalen and RJ were both playing in the Sportica basketball tournament over there in Jersey. So definitely congratulations, way to get it. I think RJ also got like MVP of his tournament, I think too. So hopefully RJ's dad Ryan can let me know with that. Other than that, just keep on out there. So I'm going to just wrap this up real quick. This is just a quick rundown of what's been going on in the hoops world with like Darvin Ham, Dallas being down 2-1. Asia Wilson is out here balling. Definitely check Amazon Prime to look at listings to watch the Las Vegas Aces because she is getting the job done out there. Also, too, the 1983 Wolfpack team is also, I believe, they have a suit against the NCAA for NIL unauthorization. We're talking about the '83 Wolfpack. I believe this is the let's see, '83 Wolfpack. I think that's with Sid Lowe and all them. Yeah, I think that's Sid Lowe. The Jim Valvano's team. The oh my God, what was the Survive and Advance team, that went through the ACC tournament, then went all the way through the tournament, beat the Houston Cougars with that, with the tip shot by Lowe. Shout out to Lorenzo Charles. May he rest in peace. Yeah, but yeah, more news on that. So we're gonna have more topics, but I just wanted to get this quick rundown, because this is Casey from In the Basement with Next Step and K. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. This is just a midweek recap, and I'll get back with you after the game tonight, probably on Friday, and we'll talk about it again. Hopefully Larry will be with me that night, and yeah. So keep guys doing your thing. Have a safe time out there. Be good and behave yourself. This is K from In the Neck. This is K from the Basement from Next Step and K. Enjoy.